Hi, this is Michael Rony Mullick, and you are watching the pre-market show. Today is the 23rd of May, and let us look how the Asian markets have opened and how the global markets are trading, and also SGX Nifty. So let us jump right into the charts of SGX Nifty. So SGX Nifty, as you can see, it is a Monday today. So after a long weekend, the markets have opened with a gap up, but then the gap up was not sustained. So the SGX Nifty touched a high of around 16,370 in the morning, around 6:40 a.m. And from there was a huge sell-off, and the markets are currently at 16,244 level, and it's stabilizing there for the last half an hour. So why the up move and then the sell off? The up move is because of most of the Asian markets opened in the green. So especially the Japanese market. If I open the charts of Nikkei, that is the Japanese index, so you can see that the markets opened with a huge gap up, but then it started getting sold into. And same with the Korean market, it opened with a gap up and got sold into. But the main reasons for this is the China market and the Hong Kong market. As you can see, both of them are down by 1.2 percentage in the red. So both of them opened with a gap down, whereas the others opened with a gap up. So the moment these markets opened around 6:30 a.m., and we have seen a sharp sell-off in the Asian markets as well. That has brought down the SGX Nifty from 16,370 levels to almost 100 point down. Around 16,250 is the current trading price, and that picture is clearly seen in the US futures as well. We can see that the S&P 500 also opened with a gap up, but now it got slightly sold into, and now it is stabilizing at the lower levels, but it is still slightly in the green, almost 0.5 percentage positive. Same with Nasdaq, it also got a little bit sold off, still currently in the green, around 1% is what we can see. And then the Dow Jones also very similar. So currently the markets are almost flat is what we can see. The global markets are flat. So there was an up move, but the Chinese markets have eroded that up move, and currently they are trading absolutely flat. Okay, so this is how the global markets are. We have seen the Asian market. Let us look at the price of crude oil right now, because that is important. So crude oil is trading around $110 per barrel. So the crude oil has to come down below 100 for more for the markets to get in a bullish phase, especially for the Indian markets. So it is now $110 per barrel, which is still pretty high, but it is come down from $114 per barrel levels. So that is it is hopefully it goes down further from here, because that would be important. And talking about the dollar index, so DXY is the dollar index. As you can see, after the high made on 13th of May of 105, it is coming down constantly. It is now at 102.6. So the dollar index coming down is good, which means the dollar is getting weaker, and dollar index below 100 or 95 would indicate a good sentiment for at least the Asian markets. So that is something to keep in mind. So dollar index is coming down, it is again a positive sign. Talking about USD INR, it is for the last many days. So from 16th of May, as you can see that the markets are trading hovering between the range of 77.8 to 77.3. So that is the range for USD INR. Hopefully it doesn't break on the upside and getting weaker towards 78 or 79. That would indicate more bearish sentiment in the markets, Indian markets at least. So hopefully the USD INR stabilizes. That is going to be very, very important in the coming days. And also the crude oil price is coming down. Now also today the market will be reacting on the major news that came out on Saturday, the government announcement on a price cut on the central excise duty, where rupees 8 per liter of petrol and rupees 6 per liter of diesel will be cut as a part of central excise. So that can have an immediate knee-jerk reaction, a short-term reaction on the prices. So we can expect the markets to move towards the upside, violently up. and from there we need to see how if the market sustains or not. So the first 15 minutes to half an hour price action would be important to see if how much of this positive sentiments have already been incorporated on Friday, because on Friday we saw the markets have a huge rally, almost 456 points in Nifty. So we need to see how much of that news were already incorporated on Friday, and how much it is going to get incorporated today. Because if the markets open with a gap up, huge gap up, it can get immediately sold into, and so that is something to look into today. This news which came out on Saturday. So at least on the short term, at least for the few days, this impact would be there, but the crude oil prices have to come down in the global markets for the rally to sustain, for the the prices to come down and the inflation to come down to a manageable level. So that is going to play a major role today. At least I told you, for the short term, for 1 or 2 days, this news of central excise cut will have an impact on the market, especially on two sectors, the banking sector and also the auto sector. So this is something to keep in mind of when you're trading in the very short term. So talking about that, we have seen that the trends in the markets of the global markets and Asian markets, as we have seen. So talking about the levels of Nifty today, so Nifty is around 16,266 is where it ended. So right now SGX Nifty is also showing the same opening. So we're expecting a flat opening right now, but the pre-market open can have a different picture. In Nifty, it can show a 100-point gap up. So talking about levels in Nifty, 16,400 is a very, very important resistance on the upside. The Nifty has to break this level if it wants to go up further. So 16,400 is something which is going to be very, very important, and if that is broken, 16,480 is another important resistance, and then we see a gap filling to be made in Nifty, and the next resistance comes immediately at 16,631. So this is the levels on the upside, and on the downside, obviously 16,142 level, and from there 16,000, and if that is broken, 15,750 is the lower levels to watch out for Nifty. Although we are not expecting a down move, at least on a short term basis, we are hoping that the market have reversed, because the US market had touched a 52-week low on the last trading session on Friday. S&P 500 falling almost 20%, and from there it has recovered slightly. So hopefully we have the reversal has already been made. So we are biased towards the upside a bit for the time being, unless and until there is any further developments in the global market. So we can expect 16,000 to be a very strong resistance for a wrong support on the downside, and we can expect a one-way rally towards the upside in Nifty. And so the important level for today, I'd say 16,000 to 16,400 would be a good zone to watch out for Nifty today. And obviously the second half is going to be important. So after 2 p.m, after the European markets open, we need to see if there is going to be any sell-off or not, because the FIIs would like to sell at a higher price. So that is something to be kept in mind as well. So talking about Bank Nifty is at almost 34,276. We see a major trend line on the daily chart. So this trend line has been continuing since almost, you can say, 5th of April. So if this is broken on the upside, we can expect the market to have turned to bullish. So hopefully today we will see an upside movement in Bank Nifty, and hopefully a close above this trend line. So for Bank Nifty, the levels are 34,000 and 34,800 are the immediate levels, and we have seen a huge amount of put build up in 34,000 levels, which is just 270 points away in Bank Nifty. So that indicates further bullishness in the market. So OI data as well as price action is we're expecting a bullish up move in both Nifty and Bank Nifty for today. So on Bank Nifty, if 34,800 is broken on the upside, we can expect 35,100 to be the next resistance level for Bank Nifty. So these were the levels to watch out for. So to reiterate, a few of the important points is obviously the Saturday's central excise duty cut would have an important effect on the market. So it is advisable to look at the price action for the first 15 minutes to first half an hour, then take the trades. And towards the second half, again, we need to see how the markets react after the FIIs, if they sell or not. So after 2 p.m., again, it will be interesting to watch. So hopefully we're expecting a bullish day today, and hopefully the markets will end in the green, and which will set a further bullish up move in the market. And talking about the India VIX, it is still higher. So if you check the chart of India VIX right now, so India VIX is almost at let me check, yeah, almost at 23 levels is India VIX. It came down around 6% yesterday after we did not see a selling off in the last half. And US VIX is below 30, it's 29.42, so it has to come down further. And India VIX, if it is below 20, or at least it is trading between a level of 15 to 20, we can expect the markets to continue its bullish up move. So this is how the markets are looking right now. So let's see how the markets open, and so we will discuss all the important happenings of the market today at 11:15 p.m. at night for the post market show, where we shall look at the important happenings and also how the US markets are trading. So with that, I'll end the pre-market show here. Thank you for watching and have a good day.